From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max and, of course, on Buzz TV. Hope you had a great week out there. It's Thanksgiving week, hence, the festive shirt, so to speak. Want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I know that I have a ton to be thankful for from the good Lord up above and this great community, my family, my friends. I'm so thankful for everybody out there. What I'm not thankful for is the way my hometown Jaguars are playing, for crying out loud. They're playing like a bunch of individuals that aren't coming together as a team. They lose a nail-biter to the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course. Should have won that game, had that game won, but let it slip away. But hey, I'm still going to sleep well at night. I wish they would do better, but at the same time, man, I think I'll hit that pillow no problem. Hey, good luck to you, Florida and Florida State fans this weekend. I know that's a big game, so good luck to whoever. I don't have a dog in the fight, so I don't really care, but I know it's a fantastic outing for both those programs and the universities with their alumni. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight. You want to get inspired? You want to be inspired to do great things? Well, look no further than my guest, Donovan Darius, Double D, fantastic football player doing great stuff in the community. We're talking a little bit about everything, whether it's the X's and O's of the Jags, this whole miscommunication stuff going on, and what he's doing in the community to help people, to help them reach their dreams and their goals. It's quite inspiring, and I'm looking forward to catching up with him and all of that headed your way right here on this week's edition of The Horse's Mouth, live from Tommy Max and on Buzz TV. Proud to introduce my title sponsor for The Horse's Mouth. It's Ewing Real Estate, a great group of people who can help you with any commercial real estate project out there. Whether you're developing land, you're building an office or an apartment complex, or you need some help with financing, we can assist you. Give us a call at 354-5573 or visit us online at allenewing.com.
Big event or party at your home or business? The Jacksonville Party Company. Stress-free, flawless, and memorable. Whether it's for children, a retirement, a wedding, or other social or professional activity, it's stress-free, flawless, and memorable when you involve the Jacksonville Party Company. Contact them today to get your event launched at jacksonvillepartycompany.com.
All right, welcome back to The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, we're at Tommy Max, and I'm joined by my good friend and former teammate, a guy that was a heck of a football player on the field, even better guy off the field, doing some great things right here in the community and beyond. It's the one and only Double D, Donovan Darius. Welcome to the show, my friend.
This is great, man. It's nice little place. I feel right at home.
That's right. It's homey, right?
Yeah, it's homey, man. Tommy Max.
Warm.
Tommy
it's
Max.
Warm.
Exactly.
You and I go back quite a ways, Double D. I
We
remember
do.
when you came in 1998 as a first-round pick. I think I'd been with the team for 3 years. You made an immediate impact. Yeah. When you look back on that, what comes to mind? You had a fantastic 10-year career in the NFL.
Yeah, first, initially walking in, just seeing the guys that I watched on TV. And being a rookie, not knowing, did I belong? How would I fare? I mean, everybody comes out of college, and you can be the best in college, but does that translate into how well you'll do in a new environment? And so, but just seeing those guys, you guys as veterans, my number one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to, number one, learn the playbook, and I wanted to learn next to somebody who already been there. And that was like Chris Hudson. That was, that was Travis Davis and Dave Thomas and all those guys.
Oh, yeah, DT was great. All those guys, man. That brought back some great memories. I think about guys that, like yourself and Freddie T, you come into an organization that's successful, right? And we won again in 1998. We were very good in 1999. And then you think, wow, we're going to do this every year, and then it doesn't happen. It's amazing from 1 year to the next, or a couple years to the next year, it's not the same. The success doesn't translate for whatever reason.
Well, you always hear people say NFL stands for not for long, and that holds true too when it comes to your success, right? It's not for long. It's only as good as it is now. But one of the things I'm sure you learned, as much as I learned as well, is that every year I would come and I would approach the off season as if I didn't have a job. And I would say starting in February, after a couple weeks off of football from the postseason or after the season end, I would start all over. And I would have to build up myself, build up my body, build up my mind, build up, just the athlete that deserved the right to be on the field. And so come game day or game week or games or during the season, you knew you paid the price to be on the field. And so the success didn't last long, and I think as we look at the Jaguars now, I think a lot of it's the same way, man. You can't put your hat on what you did before. You got to do this every day.
We're going to get into the Jags, obviously. It's a local show, but how do you, if you're going to talk to somebody about, look, I want to be the best I can be. I want to be a Pro Bowler. I want to be an All-Pro. I want to be a Hall of Famer, whatever it is, but that desire can't come above the team's success. How do you do that?
Well, I think, again, within every team, there isn't an I, but there is kind of in me. And so I think in order for the team to do well, you have to first personally have personal responsibility and accountability. You have to know what you need to know for you to be successful. And you have to be willing to put in the hard work that it takes. Because I think at the end of the day, what is on defense, there were 11 guys. I could not do the job of a corner. I was a safety.
That's right.
But if I didn't do my job, then the whole team suffers. So I think it starts with having personal accountability, and then from that personal accountability, now it's tied into the vision of the whole.
And we had guys like yourself. You worked on your craft. You always worked on your craft. I remember I don't know if you remember this. Was it Carnell Lake that got you doing this? It was a really hard drill where it was every 5 yards you had to turn. And remember that drill? And I remember getting into it with you guys. Like, man, this is a really tough drill. But it challenged you to what? To be more fluid, to have better change of direction. Then you're always constantly working on your craft. That's what true professional athletes do.
Well, and that's exactly what they do, because they're not satisfied, as I said, with what they've accomplished. Okay, if you're just focusing on what you've accomplished, then you'll never continue to grow. And I totally believe that. And so I always tell people wherever I go, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And so sometimes it's very easy for us just to do what we know. But when you have guys like Carnell Lake, who was an all-pro player, and I'm looking at him, and it's the power of mentors, and I'm saying, what is he successful at? What has he done better than anybody? And if I can just gravitate a couple things from him, still being myself, then that means that I grew even in my performance as a whole.
I think back to my career in the NFL and college, and I, of course, remember the good plays, but I relived the bad ones. Do you as well?
We do. Because I should have had this, or I should have had that. And that's because they say about 80% of our thoughts, and as are negative, because we're always being critical with ourselves. And that's why we always talk about, you got to think about what you're thinking about. You have to, what is the tape that you're replaying over and over and over? You have to build yourself up from the inside, inside out, power visualization, all of these things that has to happen before you step on the field. And so, I mean, again, we're creatures of habit, but that's what allowed us to be successful. And I think beyond the game, that's what helps us be successful in anything we do.
That's right. All right, we're going to take a quick time out, but when we come back, Double D, we're going to get into this whole miscommunication stuff I keep hearing, okay? Hang in there. We got more to come with Double D, Donovan Darius, right here on The Horse's Mouth, live from Tommy Max. Brought to you by Art of Natural Stone, located at 10135 Beach Boulevard, has over 30 years of experience in creating the perfect outdoor oasis for your home. They can build your dream patio, walkway, pool, fountain, or fireplace. Their dedicated and experienced team strives for customer satisfaction, offering the highest quality service available in the stone industry. And check out their new location at 14011 Phillips Highway. Find them online at artofnaturalstone.com.
My parents started me in scouting when I was actually a Cub Scout. The values that scouting teaches guided me most of my life since I've been involved in it. Values that have continued to serve me even in my job as a judge. But it teaches teamwork. It teaches leadership. I urge parents to explore the program and to hopefully choose it for their children.
Sign your child up for Scouts at beascout.org today.
All right, welcome back to the Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, with Tommy Max and with my good friend Donovan Darius, former safety, 10-year NFL player, man. 10 years, what a career, man. I played 5, and that was great. Yeah. But you get to that 10, man, that's something special.
Well, you know what's most impressive, man? I was just thinking about the other day. Yep. The very fact that when you think about it, man, how hard it was to make it into the league, man.
Yeah.
Less than 1% make it into the league. And so to play 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, there's something to that. It's beyond God's grace and all that. There's something that you have to do.
Yep.
And, you know, what I do now a little bit with working with, as a life coach with the rookies coming in, is trying to help them understand what does that professional mindset look like versus just the talent alone.
No, absolutely. Well, you and I both know it can end like that.
It can.
One injury.
How many surgeries have you had?
I've had in the NFL 2 major ones, knee and foot. Foot took me out, but those are some big time injuries.
And I had a shoulder surgery here, shoulder here.
Knee.
I had an ACL. I broke my leg. I'm grateful that I came back, recovered from everything, man. Right. You know, the walk-in wounded, but you recovered now.
That's right.
But yeah, it is tough. But just like anything else, man, when you have the right people around you. Like I saw Mike Ryan last night, the head athletic trainer. And I just told him, man, thank you. Because of you and your team, I was able to continue to live a dream. I was able to do what I needed to do. So I'm grateful, man. No man is an island of itself, man.
That's right.
When you think about it, I couldn't have done what I did for as many long years without somebody like you, Tommy, setting the front. So I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
No doubt. All right, let's talk this whole miscommunication. I'm hearing it from the Jags. We don't like the season. We can get into that. But all I hear from this defense, and I just heard it from the offensive side this past week after they dropped the game to Pittsburgh, a nail-biter at the end. Miscommunication, Double D. I don't get that. How do you miscommunicate? How do you not know what you're doing on every single snap in every single situation?
So it's very, very simple. So again, people have been in relationships, people have been divorced. Divorce is not the actual thing, it's actually a symptom of what's happening before then.
Okay.
So when they get to the game, what's happening in the game is exactly what they've done in practice and before. So what is the key to great communication amongst many guys? It is basically coming together, sitting there, watching film, everybody understanding, watch this, the big picture first.
That's right.
When they understand the big picture and then they understand what their piece is in it, now they know how things can fit. So that way, when you watch a team, as you know, we typically watch about 3 to 5 games of the team before. You start to know their tendencies. What do they do on 3rd down and 1 to 3 yards? 3rd down 4 to 6, 3rd down 7 to 10. I'll never forget we played against Peyton Manning when he was with the Colts, and I was watching film and I knew that when they were in 3-by-1, that means 3 guys was to my left, 3 guys to my left, 1 to the other side. When Marvin Harrison was lined up on the bottom of the numbers, number 1, he and another guy ran up 5 yards and came in. But when he was lined up at the top of the numbers, 3 yards away, he would run 10 yards up and in. So I'll never forget, we got into the game, it was 3rd down and 7. And in my mind, they called a defense that would have caused me to be where he was going to be. And I was so excited. It was like that kid going for a kiss the first time. You didn't want to be too excited. Let everybody know you know what's going to happen. But when Peyton Manning snapped the ball, I act like I wasn't going to be there, and I actually went like cover 2 or went to the deep. And then at the last minute, I jumped down, and Peyton Manning threw it. It was like taking candy from a baby. Why was that able to happen? It was because together as a unit, we all got together in the film room, and we said, what are the tendencies, and what is your job here? And we kept talking it out. See, you don't get good on game day.
That's right.
Game day is when you show the masterpiece of what you did all week.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'll just say this. Whenever I was in a defensive meeting room, college or pro, or even high school, and I hear I didn't get the call, I always call BS on that. I'm like, no, that's not an answer.
That's an excuse,
because
man.
you should have the call. Before I even have to, and so people know, I was the mic for a couple years with Donovan as the safety. He would set the secondary. He would set the coverage. I'd set the front. I could hear him. He could hear me. If there was a check, we could hear each other. But even before we could hear each other. We already knew what we was going
So
through.
so when you're out there on the field, there is anticipation, not guessing.
That's right.
See, guessing is when I have no idea,
Right.
and I'm just trying to make something happen.
Yep.
But anticipation has everything to do with what I've already rehearsed, and now the opportunity happens. And so when you talk about communication in different atmospheres, yes, it's loud.
Yep.
So that's why we had verbal communication and we had nonverbal communication.
signals, yeah.
This right here was Buster. That meant that the corner was going to have the flat, the safety was going to be over top. Tapping your hands on your shoulder or on your hip meant backer. That meant that a linebacker like you would now had the force. That just means that if anybody come there, you're responsible, not me.
Right.
And I fit differently. And so what I don't see out there, I don't see the non-communication. I see, a lot of guys with their arms up. And that happened in business, that happened in life, happens on the football field. When you're not prepared enough, you can't anticipate. And when you can't anticipate, you can't make the plays that are there for you.
And as we wrap to a break, you got to study the tendencies. That's going to tell you everything. Like you just pointed out with Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison, it was the same way for other teams. They came out in offset eye with twins away from it. Something was happening, or one of three things, and I didn't guess, but you anticipated it, right? Because you were ready, you were prepared. You've already played it in your mind. You've seen it on film. You've seen it in your book. But that's what it takes, that commitment in your own craft that helps your team success. I'm not seeing that.
So here's what happens. So at the end of the year, people talk about how their body is physically tired. But more than physically tired, you should be mentally tired. That means because every week you are now putting what you did last week behind you. And you're saying, I got to start all over. I got to start with my notebook and start drawing out their tendencies. I got to go to the practice field and I got to put myself in position. I got to start alerting. And you can imagine, there's teams that's in your division that you play only 3 weeks away. And the temptation is to say, I'll play them 3 weeks, I know them. But if you don't approach every game with the same amount of professionalism, then, watching tendencies and putting yourself in the right position, then they're going to go, remember, they're studying you too.
That's right.
And they're studying you and your strengths and your weaknesses, and that's all they're looking for is just an opportunity
and
to
your
play.
tendencies.
Exactly.
Just the same way. All right, we're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we're going to get into what Donovan is doing now. He's doing some fantastic work and has for a long time right here in the Jacksonville community. Stay tuned as we come back.
Big event or party at your home or business? The Jacksonville Party Company. Stress-free, flawless, and memorable. Whether it's for children, a retirement, a wedding, or other social or professional activity, it's stress-free, flawless, and memorable when you involve the Jacksonville Party Company. Contact them today to get your event launched at jacksonvillepartycompany.com.
An Eagle Scout rank is equal in weight, probably to a college degree when it comes to job opportunities. I was extremely proud of putting Eagle Scout on my college application. The same is true when it comes to applying for a job. It puts you in a different category. Those that have their kids in Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, keep them there and understand the values of the lessons that they're learning.
Sign your child up for Scouts at beascout.org today.
All right, welcome back to the Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. My good friend Donovan Darius joins me. All right, we've talked football. Talk to me real quick about what sports means to you in terms of getting you prepared for the rest of your life. Because sports ends for everybody. The career ends for everybody. What did it teach you? What does it continue to teach you to allow you to be successful away from the game?
Well, just several things, and in no specific order. I learned about team. I learned about the fact that no man is an island, that I am codependent and interdependent with other people. That means I'm here for a common purpose that other people share, and the fact that I can't do nothing by myself. I can do my part, but I need other people. It also taught me about perseverance. The fact that you are going to go through things, but remember this, there's no change without the challenge. We never got stronger if we didn't have resistance. I never got faster if I didn't have the sleds. And so I understood that. And it also taught me humility. Where I can have my talent. We're the best of the best. But you are within a team structure. You have to garner that. You have to control that to be able to utilize who you are, the best of who you are. You know what I mean, for a right moment. And the last thing, it just taught me the fact that you can dream, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? A kid out of Camden, New Jersey, number 3 most dangerous city in the world, being able to take care of his parents, his mom, his community, and now do things that I only dreamed and imagined. It lets you know that, guess what, anything is possible if you just put your mind to it and you get other people that are like-minded.
Believe, create, and hustle your butt off, because
Go
that's
get it,
what
baby.
it's going to take, right?
Go
No
get
doubt
it.
about it. So you and I both do motivational speaking.
Yeah.
When it fits, which is a lot, I talk about my keys to happiness and success. Number 1 is faith. Faith in the good Lord up above, and faith in myself. I know you live it.
Yes.
I know you live both of those. Talk about that.
Well, I have to. I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't give myself the breath that I have. I didn't give myself, the heartbeat that I have. And so I am totally humbled by the fact that I am made as a masterpiece. I'm created with a purpose, and that purpose is to serve God and to serve man. And so when I think about even just the cross, I think that I am under authority and I'm in authority. That means I have an ability and I have an instruction to what I'm here to do. And beyond that, I've been given those instructions. And to me, I get those instructions from my motivational manual, which I call the Holy Bible. People can have theirs, but that's where I get mine. That's where I find my identity. And because of that, it empowers me to go through life, to go through challenges, to go through everything, knowing that my life is being led and there's a great plan for my life.
God gives us talents, and our job is to use those talents for the betterment of ourselves and for people.
Yes, sir.
You were really passionate about helping people with your foundation, with your camps, your motivational speaking. What strives that at Double D? What gives you that every single day to want to say, you know what, this is what I'm here for?
Well, as I said, it all goes back to me discovering my purpose. I truly believe that everybody in life has a purpose, but every purpose isn't known to man. So that means some people at different phases, like, man, what am I here to do? Who am I? Well, guess what? You're not just your problems. You're not just your circumstances. You're created with a greater purpose. And as you start to discover that by looking back at your life circumstances, saying, what am I good at? What am I passionate about? And how do I want to change the lives of other people? Then you start to discover it. And so I just basically found my opportunity to where I get a chance now to know my gifts of teaching and encouraging, and I get a chance to help companies, organizations, teams, just with solving problems, connecting with them, and creating some strategic plans to help them take their lives to the next level.
Yeah, I think one of the keys, whether you're talking to businesses, sports teams, your family, internal accountability, and leaving a great impact, because that's the job. It's not just running a company. It's your employees, your people going, gosh, she was a great man, or gosh, she was a great lady, or she was a great lady, right? I mean, that's what it's all about.
Always remember this, that a legacy is nothing more than the life you lived.
Right.
A legacy, you can never be known for what you never did. You can never, nobody can ever read what you never wrote. Nobody can ever sing what you never sang. And so live your life out to the fullness. Don't let it be for something else or someone else. Understand that if it's given to you, it's for you to do it.
Now I know why we got along so well.
Oh, listen, man.
I think we're cut from the same.
You're from brother, Camden, man. I know. Brother from another mother, man. This is my man T.
I'm
Mac.
from the suburbs of Chicago. You're from Camden.
That's it, man.
We're cut from the same cloth.
I love it.
It's
man.
a beautiful thing.
I love it.
I like that you're being
And I appreciate everything that you're doing too, man. I mean, to everybody that's watching too, Tommy, you're the real deal. And I say this from the bottom. I say it from the bottom of my heart, man. You care about people. You care about your family. You care about God. You care about knowing that you are leaving this world and making this world a better place.
That's
it's
right.
Appreciate it. It's an honor to be with you, bro.
Back at you, my friend. Back at you. All right, one more segment with Double D. We're going to find out what's coming up next on the horizon for him as we carry on with the horse's mouth right here at Tommy Max on Buzz TV. Brought to you by Art of Natural Stone, located at 10135 Beach Boulevard, has over 30 years of experience in creating the perfect outdoor oasis for your home. They can build your dream patio, walkway, pool, fountain, or fireplace. Their dedicated and experienced team strives for customer satisfaction, offering the highest quality service available in the stone industry. And check out their new location at 14011 Phillips Highway. Find them online at artofnaturalstone.com. All right, welcome back to the Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max and on Buzz TV. Wrapping it up with my good friend Donovan Darius. All right, Double D, tell us what's on the horizon for you, your foundation, and everything that you're doing out there.
I'm really excited, as I said, as I transition to this next chapter of my life, basically being a business building motivational speaker. So I love connecting with organizations. They bring me in and just basically helping them solve their issues, their problems, building a mindset and kind of an attitude and confidence and expectation training, even among some of the best organizations. So I love doing that for large groups, small groups, and then through the foundation, utilizing our gifts and talents to make connections. So I say up in 2019, we got a big Mother's Day family celebration down at the stadium, man, on DonovanDariusFoundation.com. But as far as speaking and training and motivating, just DonovanDarius.com, man. Love to connect with people. At the end of the day, it's all about us moving life forward, man.
No doubt about it. How about football camps? You got any camps coming up?
So in spring break, if you are in Clay County, if you're in Duval County, St. Johns County, I'm going to have some spring break football camps coming up there. They can check it out, DariusNextLevelTraining.com. for kids ages 7 to 13, teaching the fundamentals of the game. I was fortunate to win a Sports Emmy Award for those camps.
Nice.
So again, come on out, man. We're going to have a great time. They'll learn about life, character, athletic development, and it'll be an experience for the whole family as well.
Sports is business is life. It's all the same, right?
Exactly.
Isn't that
man.
the truth?
Listen, a life poured out, man. There's no personal and private life. It's the life that you live.
Well, hey, man, it's Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
And I'm thankful for a lot of things, but I'm thankful for you coming in, man, and being on this show.
It worked out,
Yeah,
man.
man, I love
it.
It
always
brother.
does.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and I look forward to doing it again.
Let's do it again, man.
All right, we'll be back wrapping it up here on the Horse's Mouth on Buzz TV as we're live from Tommy Max.
I grew up in Alabama, and scouting was a big deal there. I started as a Cub Scout and went all the way through Boy Scouts and ended up earning my Eagle Scout. I'm proud to say both my boys are Eagle Scouts. Scouting was, to me, the number one thing I wanted to make sure that they did. And if you see that on a resume, it sort of checks the box that this individual is goal-oriented, strong character, strong morals. So fundamentally, I think you kind of know that you got a base to work with.
Sign your child up for Scouts at beascout.org today.
All right, man, I hope you like that show. How inspiring is Donovan Darius? Just great to have him on this show. He is a brother from another mother. Love that guy, everything he stands for, the way he played the game, the way he approached the game and prepared the game, and of course the way he is living his life, helping others out there in the community and beyond. And you know, he's right. When we're talking ball, this whole miscommunication, there is no miscommunication. That's an excuse. Get your head in the playbook, study your tendencies, and work on your craft. And I'm not just talking about the Jags and their season. I'm talking about you out there working on your craft so you can be the best that you can be. Because, hey, I'm striving that way too. I'm right there with you in the same boat trying to make it all the way to the top. So that's going to do it for us this week on the Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max. So make sure you stay cool out there, Jacksonville, and be safe. And we'll see you next time on the Horse's Mouth.